topic I kind of want to start off. It's generally what people want to do first, so I figured I'd cover that as our first episode. So today's topic is why not to use online legal services. Many companies, obviously the first one that comes to mind is LegalZoom, are out there saying, you know, it's quick, easy, fast, simple, all these things, and it's very misleading because they want you to use them instead of a traditional lawyer. And one of the first mistakes my partner and I made was this. So what we went about, we were looking for lawyer services. We saw some lawyers more expensive than the others, and LegalZoom obviously popped up as they were one of the most popular online legal services. So we used them and quickly found out that even though it was quick, it was fast and very simple, that there were a lot of pitfalls to it that nobody really mentioned or knew about. So my first point would be it's the easy way out. You don't want to be lazy when it comes to this because this is the structure of your business. I mean, if you do not have the legal side taken care of, you will fail very quickly or you will end up in a lot of legal trouble. So that's the first point, is don't go to it just because it's the easy way out. Because once you start getting filings and documents that you're supposed to fill out in the mail, you're going to see them and you're not going to have any clue how to take care of them. And that's what they don't mention, is they won't take care of those for you. So after the initial setup and maybe an occasional phone call, they're not with you anymore. So that's the first point, is you won't know what you're doing. You will have no clue. Maybe not even what entity you are, because they'll have taken care of everything. You really need to know at least the basics of what you can do and how your business is able to operate in its limits. The second point of why not to use online legal services is it's very sloppy. Even though it's fast and they get it done rather quickly, it's sloppily put together, it's not personalized, and it's very general. They really go for quantity, not quality. So they really don't know you as a customer or really what your plans are. They just know what you type into a computer. So that was another big pitfall that we found, was that it was very generalized and it was just quickly put together for like mass production. And you can do that with a lot of things. You can mass produce cars, food, whatever. But when it comes to your business, that just changes the game completely. You want somebody that will be personalized just to your business. Because if they're not paying attention, nor do they really care about your well-being, how you're structured, it's going to reflect on paper. And that was the biggest thing that I noticed and I started regretting it, was when I got that document in the mail. It seemed kind of not exactly what we wanted, and the verbiage was off. They actually even misspelled the company name. Instead of investments, it was investment. Maybe not a big deal to a lot of people, but like I said, it's more about the personal feel towards it, because I meant the big deal, because then our bank cards look different than our official filing, and it just looks sloppy. And like I said, it's mass produced, and you don't want that when it comes to your business. You want somebody there with you to walk you through each step and make sure it's exactly how you want it, because once it's filed, it's very hard to change. So the third point, and my final point for today's episode, would be kind of a comparison between the two. So the biggest thing and difference between both of them, an online legal service and having a traditional lawyer, is really how often you can contact them. So I remembered every time we had a question, what do we do here, what do we do there? I would call and I would always be put on hold for several minutes. It was very annoying. I would have to first talk to the representative, who said, just a disclaimer, I cannot give you legal advice, which that's why I'm calling in the first place. And then they would transfer me, I'd be on hold for even longer. And it was just very annoying, a lot more waiting than I thought. So you go from that simple, quick start in the very beginning to being on hold when it starts to get down in the process, of course, after you've paid the money. So I really would recommend getting a traditional lawyer, mainly because they can answer the questions on the fly. They know you personally. Most likely they don't have an excess of 10 clients at one point, while online legal services maybe have hundreds every day that are filing some type of business. So it really comes down to communication and how much you want to talk with them. Now, for those of you who want to use online legal for financial reasons, I'm not saying don't do it, but with my personal experience, I've been that route because of that same situation of I wanted to save money. I didn't really feel like, having to pay all that money. But I ended up changing because it truly did what we wanted it to do with a traditional lawyer, because we just got a sloppy job. Like I said, just to reiterate, it was fast, simple, easy, but other than that, that's about all they can offer you. They don't offer you tips, they don't walk you through it, you don't really know the legal behind it, and they're not personalized. They're very mass produced. So to those of you out there that have maybe a more unique business, I would really recommend using a traditional lawyer, because just for those simple facts. Don't be lazy. They're not personalized, and you're going to have a lot of questions. I mean, you need to know those answers to that question. You may say, oh, well, they'll figure it out for me. They won't. Because after they take your money and they give you what you ask for, they're not going to help you out anymore, because they're not entitled to. They don't have to. Now, a lawyer, if you develop a relationship, they'll be more likely to answer a few questions for you. They're not going to say, oh, well, that wasn't in your payment plan or whatever. They'll be a lot more likely to work with you. So that's just my tips to you guys, and that was episode 1 of What Not to Do on Wednesdays and in business in general. I'll be on here a lot more because I made plenty of mistakes, so I'll try and help y'all avoid the ones